Welcome back to another day at ACAA Student News. I'm Carlos Susca and today we have special news. We're gonna talk about Syria's civil war. Syria has been in civil war since 2011 because of the Arab Spring. We now go with Clarice Brown with the country profile.
Syria is a fertile country. It has high mountains and deserts. It has a large diversity of religious groups, and the majority are Muslim people. It also gained independence from France in 1946. Since that, it has had political instability. In 1976, Syria entered the Lebanese Civil War and maintained military presence for 3 decades. In 2011, the political power was held by an Alawite elite. This made the country be involved in the civil conflict caused by the Arab Spring that suddenly turned into a war, including regional and international powers. The president is Bashar al-Assad. He has been in power since the 2000s because his father died, and he is fighting for the total control of Syria. But the protests against him made a full-scale war. Syria's government is supported by Russia, Iran, and Lebanon.
Now that's interesting. Coming up next, Angela Leroy with Amir Abbas, a citizen of Syria.
I'm Angela Leroy, here with Amir Abbas, who lives in Syria. First of all, have you been here the whole civil war? And has it been difficult?
Yes, it has been really difficult, especially because of the war and the ISIS attacks.
Can you tell us something that is socially important about your country?
The religion that is the most followed here is the Muslim, and it's like the one of the ISIS.
And how would you describe ISIS?
Well, ISIS stands for the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. And it is like a terrorist group that wants everyone to follow its religion, that it's the Islamic.
What problem do you think had been the biggest during the civil war?
Because of the civil war, 9/10 of the population left. So now there is only 1/10 of the population left.
You have managed to stay and survive. That is amazing. And has the economy changed since the war?
Syria's economy was really affected because of the war. It dropped a lot because the infrastructure was really damaged, and that affected a lot negatively. But even though if we recover, if the war stops, I don't think the economy will start growing just suddenly. It will take a lot to recover.
This war has affected a lot, but how did it even start?
Well, our president Bashar al-Assad created a political structure, but many people started protesting, and in 2011 the war started to be created because of that. And now Bashar al-Assad is trying to take back some of the power, but is not making it.
Syria has been really affected. I hope it recovers someday. I did some research, and I hope Syria doesn't get a democratic government because the rebels will end up winning it, and the country will not make progress. But they should have a dictatorship. That one-way person will be in control. There will not be no rebels. The war will stop, and they will make progress.
Next up, we're gonna talk about health issues on Syria. Syria has been bombarded, and all toxic chemicals are affecting people's respiratory system because their air is no longer where it is contaminated. Well, now Clarice Brown will talk more about it.
These bombs are thrown by ISIS. The bombs that they mostly use are TATP. They use these bombs since they are easy to cook and procure into an explosive. And it affects the respiratory system because of corrosive and tissue damage, oxygen and gas formation, and lipid peroxidation.
What diseases are caused by the bombs of peroxide thrown at Syria?
Well, two of the diseases I know are caused is asthma and pneumonitis.
And lung cancer and pneumonia.
Can you give a brief explanation about pneumonitis?
Well, pneumonitis, based on the research I made, is an inflammation on the walls of the alveoli in the lungs, and this is usually caused by a virus.
And can you give us a brief explanation about the lung cancer?
Lung cancer is an uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells in the lung.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm here with Claudia, the science girl. Hello, Claude.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
Fine. Well, she's going to talk about the health issues in Syria, specifically in asthma. Well, first of all, I want to know, what is asthma?
Well, asthma is a respiratory condition. It's in the bronchi of the lungs, and this causes respiratory difficulties to breathe, and it's usually made by allergies.
Okay. And well, I know one of the causes of asthma is the bombs that, well, they produce allergies and that makes asthma. But what can be another cause?
Well, another cause is like when the bombs are thrown in Syria, the buildings fall, and the dust that the buildings the dust that comes out from the buildings causes allergies. And as I said before, allergies is the main cause of asthma.
Okay, that is very interesting. Thank you. And well, some of the symptoms are.
Well, some of the symptoms are coughing, especially during the night while doing exercise or while laughing. Another one is obviously difficulty to breathe, and another one is wheezing. It's a whistling sound on your chest while you breathe.
And what about the treatment? How can we take it away?
Well, asthma cannot be stopped completely, but it can be controlled. There are two types of medications for controlling asthma. One of them is called quick reliefs, and the other one is called long-term. The quick reliefs is like especially for asthma attacks, and the long-term is like throughout your life.
Really? I didn't know that at all. And the risks?
Well, the greatest risks that you have while having asthma is death, because in the asthma attacks, on the asthma attacks, well, you're having like difficulty to breathe. It can become really difficult, and you will just stop breathing.
Okay, thank you so much, Claudia.
So now we're going to talk about pneumonia. Here I am with Dr. Gomez, who knows more about it. So, what exactly is pneumonia?
Pneumonia is a lung inflammation, and there are many types of pneumonia, but the most common ones are the community-acquired pneumonia, and that is the less severe, and the hospital-acquired pneumonia, that is the most severe.
And what exactly causes it?
Well, apart from all the pollution and the bombs, the viruses and bacteria.
What are some symptoms?
Shortness of breath, having chills, having fever, and chest pain while coughing or breathing. And with some types of pneumonia, you may cough greenish or yellowish, mucus, or even blood mucus.
And how can you treat it?
Well, the treatment depends on the severeness of the pneumonia, but some options that your doctor may recommend you are antibiotics, cough medications, fever reducers, and pain relievers.
What are some risks?
Well, it weakens your immune system. That means that you are vulnerable to more diseases, and it can also have you can have a greater percentage to have cancer and HIVs, and also you will have malnutrition and diabetes.
So finally, is it contagious?
Well, most types of pneumonias are not contagious,
But if they actually are, it's not a high percentage.
So thank you for sharing this information. See you next time! Holiday season is here, the happiest season to make Guinness World Records. Up next, 5 of the greatest Guinness World Records.
The fifth one is the biggest Santa ever made. This Santa Claus was made in Singapore and it is only there during the Christmas season outside the dangling ball. It is 15 meters high and 11 meters wide, weighing 2.5 tons. The fourth one is the largest floating Christmas tree. It is 85 meters tall and it was made a tradition for it to be in the Rio de Janeiro in Brazil during the Christmas of 2007. The third one is a Christmas tree with the most lights, having 150,000. This was accomplished on December 22, 2006 in Germany. The second one is the record of the most chopped trees in 2 minutes, which were 27. Isn't that awesome? This was achieved by a German woman named Erin Lavoie on December 19, 2008. Finally, the record were 13,000 Santas got together in Northern Ireland, UK on December 9, 2007.
I would love to see that though, and I hope nobody got claustrophobic with so many Santas. I think some people saw subordinating clauses. And remember, Jesus are fantastic. See you next time at another ACAA Student News.